Hi everyone, and welcome back to the day before. We're gonna have more fun than ever before. Today we are going to take a look at my collection of tarot cards and oracle cards. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about tarot cards, and the information that I'm sharing with you is from the introduction of the book Modern Tarot by Michelle T. So it's a really good book so far. I haven't read it all yet, but it seems to be pretty good. And I do plan to read some more books about tarot and stuff like that because I'm not an expert. I've always kind of like dabbled ever since my grandma gave me my first deck of tarot cards, which is right here. It's called the Prediction Tarot deck, and I'll show that to you really quickly, but we'll go over like all the decks I own later on in this video, and also all the oracle cards I have. So this is my first deck of tarot cards, and my grandma gave them to me. I think they're pretty old. I don't even know if they sell them anymore. The box was pretty torn up, so I covered it in packing tape actually, so it would quit getting torn up. So that was my first deck, and then my mom gave me my second deck, and then I just started buying ones I wanted. So first let's go over what tarot is and stuff. So tarot are cards, and they're fortune telling cards basically. So they're divided into three sections: the major arcana, the minor arcana, and court cards. So the major arcana is the procession of archetypes, beginning with the inquisitive, risk-taking fool. These are kind of shiny. Actually, you know what? Let me show you what deck that is. I'm showing you cards from this deck. It's called Universal Weight Tarot deck. And I don't know if you can see that information or not. And ending with the triumph of the world. So I'll just try to go through these really quickly so you can see. So it's kind of like, you know, the Fool's Journey. And there are videos, there are books that tell you more about like the Fool's Journey, the story of the Fool's Journey. So it's kind of like a story, and you guys know how I love stories. And there is the world, the end card of the major arcana. So the next is the minor arcana, starting with the ace. And there's also four suits, right? And we'll talk about that right now. So the minor arcana is divided into four suits. I'm showing you pentacles. There's also wands, cups, and swords. So this is the ace, and all aces are just full of pure possibility. Like the Fool, this is you starting out on a journey. Number two, for all suits, is the first effort toward chasing a dream. This is the Two of Pentacles. Number three, in all suits, provides welcome stability and grounding, according to Modern Tarot by Michelle T. And I hope I'm saying tarot right. Is it tarot? Tarot? If you're an expert at this and you're watching this video, please direct me to a video where it's being said correctly, because I'm not sure. I often, you know, when I'm reading a word, it's mispronounced in my head, and unless I hear it in real life, like often, I just hear it in my head that way. Or, you know, it just gets stuck in my head that way. You know, every time I read it, it sounds like how I first pronounced it rather than how it's actually pronounced. So anyway, let's, okay, we're on four. Here's 4 of Pentacles. And number 4 for all suits is the plateauing of energy, laziness, confusion, foreboding of problems to come. This is the 5 of Pentacles. And for all suits of the tarot, 5s suck. That's what it actually says in modern tarot. It's full of conflict and strife. So I guess you don't want to pull that one. Maybe you do, like if it's reversed. Because like all these cards have a different meaning if reversed. I know nothing about that yet. I've only read cards like they're upright meanings. So I'm a novice. Here's number 6, 6 of Pentacles. This represents beauty and proclaims happy times and success. So you want that in a reading. 7 brings hardship, but on the heels of 6, you're more equipped to deal with it. There can be joy in doing the work, even. Number 8 asks us to look critically at where we've come from, making changes where needed. Here is the 9 of Pentacles. And 9s mean a big payoff or a disaster is at hand. This, oh, there it goes. This is the 10 of Pentacles. And for all suits, this means resolution. Also, it means as one cycle ends, another begins. Alright, so next we're going to move on to the court cards, and I'll show you the Pentacle court cards. Okay? So, here is the Page of Pentacles. So, okay. So, for court cards, there's a Knight, Queen, King, and then at the bottom is a Page. That's like a student. A student of the suit. Next is the Knight. The Knight is action-oriented. Next is the Queen. And the Queen is self-assured and generous. She's an interior being, so like an introverted being. And she's also strong and meditative. Here is the King of Pentacles. And for all suits, the King is extroverted, you would say, and action-oriented. They are also self-assured and strong. So some of these cards, if you pull them, they could represent a person in your life. And what I do like about tarot is even if you don't believe they're fortune-telling cards, usually they give you a good message of like how to go forward if you have a question, you know, like generally advice from these cards is good advice. You know, be more kind, you know, stuff like that. Or go for what you want in life. Things of that nature. Next we'll go over the suits, okay? Here's a 5 of Swords. And remember, I told you that 5s suck. Well, swords are representative of the air sign. If you can see in the background, you know, it looks like there's clouds in the background and stuff like that. Swords are brainy, mental, quick, tactless, and painful. They're lacking in emotion, like Spock from Star Trek. Okay, here is the Queen of Cups. Cups represent water. As you can see right here, she's surrounded by water. And cups involve the realm of emotions, uncontrolled emotion, and emotion you have a grip on. This card is the 9 of Wands. And if you remember, 9s represent a big payoff or a disaster is at hand. As you can see, this man holding this wand has a bandage on his head. See my camera trying to... It's trying to focus on his face. Okay. So wands are the fire signs, represented by fire signs. They're impulsive, passionate, headstrong, playful, and romantic. Full of energy, and they can be fickle. Here is the Ten of Pentacles. And remember, tens mean resolution. So as one cycle ends, this is the ending. If this card is drawn, you're probably at the end of something, and something else is about to begin. Anyway, pentacles are representative of the earth element, and they're grounded. It represents the home, an accumulation of capital. I'll show you my favorite tarot card. In almost every deck I've gotten, this is my favorite tarot card. And I would say it's probably because I'm a family person. So it's the Ten of Cups. And if you remember, cups is representative of the water element, the realm of emotions, uncontrolled emotion, and emotion you have a grip on. 10 is resolution, so this is like, you know, the end of, like, say, building your family. You know, you've got your happy home. That's right here. You have this stream right there running next to it because cups are representative of the water element. And here's a happy mom and dad with a rainbow going above them and some children playing. Yeah, definitely my favorite. So, most books recommend starting with a Rider-Waite deck. And this deck of mine that I've shown you right now is a really new deck to me because I didn't have any kind of a Rider-Waite deck. The reason why I picked this up is I don't know if you can see, but the drawings are by Pamela Coleman Smith. And then they were retouched by Mary Hanson Roberts. And I have another one of Mary Hanson Roberts decks. So this is like this is the original deck. Like, it's a Rider-Waite deck. However, it's just been recolored. And this type of deck is recommended if you're starting out. Okay, now that I've talked to you a little bit about what tarot is and what each card represents, in general, I've already shown you this Universal Waite deck I have. I'm going to share with you the rest of my collection. Let's start with the tarot cards. One of my favorite decks, and I bought this myself, is the Sun and Moon Tarot deck. And I think it comes like in a paper box and the cards would be bigger, but I got it in a tin, and I love them. I love the tin too. You can throw this in your backpack and take it with you anywhere and stuff like that, you know. So that's why I really like it. And I also love the artwork. So let me show you some of the cards. I also like these cards because at the top, it gives you like one word that represents the card. I like that. And it also, if you see right here, indicates which element. But I mean, honestly, look, there's fire in this card, so you can tell by that. But what is this? Oh, this is the Nine of Wands. I really like this style. It reminds me of the Little Prince. Look at this one. I like that too. I guess I could just show you all of these cards from this deck all day, but we need to move on. After I got that deck, and I liked it because it was in a tin, I went and ordered another one that's in a tin. White Sage Tarot. This comes with a handy guide of the chakras. The chakras are represented in each card. Here's the Judgment card from this deck. Here is the Knight of Cups. so cute. The Five of Cups. And if you can see that ribbon, that represents the chakra. I'm going to show you a bit of the prediction deck I showed you earlier. This is the deck that my grandma gave to me. She gave it to me a long time ago. I do not know where or if it's available. It's pretty old. Like, this is all yellowed and stuff. I also put tape on that to protect it. Ooh. First published 1985, so I don't know if it's still available. But here is the Queen of Staves. So I think that would be the Wands suit. Here's the Page of Cups. And then, like, here's the Eight of Staves. The minor arcana cards are very plain like that. Here's Temperance. That's pretty. I do like all of the major arcana cards in this. Here's a Cups card, what it looks like. Oh, you know what? Here's what the back looks like. I didn't show you on the other decks. But those you can find online and look up what they look like on the back. Here's coins. I think they call the Pentacle suit the suit of coins in this deck. And that's that deck. I really like it since it's, you know, the first deck I ever owned. I did have to, like, since they are so plain and the pictures don't, like, there's, for the minor arcana, there's no, like, pictures to guide you on what their meaning is. I did have to read up when I got these, like, what does that mean? So that's something to keep in mind. If you're going to get a deck like this that's very plain, that is something to keep in mind. It was kind of hard to learn about tarot starting out with that deck. So here's one of my favorite decks, okay, you guys? I ordered this with a few other decks, and I just gravitated toward this one. I ordered this with some Oracle decks, and this one was my favorite out of all the decks I ordered at that time. Here it is. Here's the box. 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. And I'll just show you a few cards. We gotta move along here. This is gonna be a really long video. Isn't that pretty? The artwork in this deck is amazing. I recommend picking this deck up. Here's the back of one of them. We're going to go over the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck and book set. I like this too. I don't know if it's available, but I would recommend this as well, to be honest. Even though it's not a Rider-Waite deck, this was the second one I got, and this was really helpful in understanding tarot cards after trying to do it with that prediction deck. I do love the prediction deck. I think it's so meaningful that my grandma gave them to me because she's super religious, super Christian. And it was just unexpected of her to do that. Here's the book that comes with it. And there are, you know, usually in a tarot deck, when you purchase one, you get a tiny little booklet. I like this because it tells a lot, right? And even the meaning of the reversals, like if it's reversed. Even though I haven't, like, practiced with that part yet, it's handy to have that because I know that I can. And, you know, I, like, dabbled in this for years. I didn't, like, you know, seriously want to learn a lot about it. But recently I've gotten into it because, honestly, this helps with, like, writing books. If you're stuck on an idea, or if you're stuck and you have writer's block, you can take a deck of tarot cards and, like, you know, draw one or two, read their meanings, and kind of, like, incorporate that into the story. I'm not kidding. I've done it before, and it works really well. But, anyway, I'll show you the back of these cards because it's really cool. And vibrant. And here is the Page of Swords, from this deck. The Seven of Rods. So they're called rods in this deck. Four of Pentacles. And here is the King of Cups. This artist, I love her stuff so much. Her name is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And she made this deck with J.R. Rivera. And so inside the box for this, there is explanations. So my battery is getting very low. I'm going to rush and show you the rest of this, including the oracle cards. But here's the Ten of Waters. And in this deck, they just go by the element that the suit would represent, which I think is neat. If you want to see more of this deck and the oracle decks, because I'm going to be rushing through, just let me know and I will make another video. Okay, well, my battery died right when I was showing you the first oracle deck I wanted to show you. So I had to charge my battery a bit to continue. I have a new camera. It's pretty new to me anyway, and I haven't gotten like accessories yet for it. Do you know what I mean? Like extra battery and stuff like that. But anyway, this next deck of cards is the first oracle deck I'm going to show you. And it's by Lucy Cavendish, but the artwork is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, which I showed you a tarot deck that she illustrated. And I get her cards because I love her artwork. So I'll just show you some of the cards that come in this deck. Gorgeous, right? What are oracle cards, you may be asking? Oracle cards are a tool that can be used for introspection or, depending on your approach, divination. But unlike traditional tarot decks, which come in packs of 78, oracle decks can include any number of cards. So that's pretty cool to know. Oh, look at that one. Hedgehog Love. That's pretty. Alright, I'm going to put this deck up and show you guys the next one. The next one. Just for fun. Okay. Ooh, Le Vampire. I love it. I saw this and I just had to have it. The illustrations are by Jasmine Beckett Griffith again, and the book and the meanings and stuff of the cards are by Lucy Cavendish. Here's the box. So pretty. This, even though it was like my first one, I have to say it's still like my oh, look at that. It's my favorite oracle deck. That is so cool, right? Look. Transgression. I got this just recently. It's a Black Moon astrology card deck, and there is like something wrong with the box. I don't even know if you can see what's wrong with it. It looks like it printed out incorrectly right there. I don't know. Can you see a line right there? I don't know. Anyway, let's move along. Since it was just that, I was just like, I'm not going to worry about that. Here's the back of this deck. And honestly, in a lot of like tarot card reading videos, people use this deck a lot, it seems like. So here's the Uranus Genius card. And gosh, in my readings, you know this shows up so much. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here's 11th House Friends. I think that card is so pretty. Then let's look at like one that's actually a astrological sign. So here's Sagittarius. Ugh, these are shiny cards too. And like I said before about the tip, if you're writing like a story or something and you get stuck, you can also use oracle cards to get unstuck. And I got that idea from, first of all, I got it from, I have a deck of cards and I teach homeschool. So I got a deck of cards from NaNoWriMo, where it's a deck for writers, and if you get stuck, you can use that in certain ways too. So I was like, you know what? You could probably just use tarot cards or oracle cards in the same way, and you can. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, let's go over the Moonology cards that I've got. See, it's got shiny writing on the box. Isn't that nice? And then, a lot of people who do YouTube tarot card readings use this deck too. There's the book that comes with it. And here's the back. Here is the back of the card that you want to see. No, I don't know. Please ignore that. I feel like singing today though. Okay, here are the front of some of the cards. Ooh, that one's pretty. We'll look at that one. Can you see it? Ooh, full moon in Gemini. That's a neat one. And I haven't used this quite yet very much, but it looks like the moon is different colors, and I wonder if that represents something like chakras or something. That would be neat. That's kind of cool. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. I love these cards. A lot of the reason why I love tarot cards and oracle cards is because they're little miniature artworks, right? So instead of just like buying one big painting, you can have a box full of several dozen, you know? Anyway, here's the Romany Horoscopes thing. And what it is like you ask a question, and as you are asking the question, you open the box. It comes with a little booklet. And then there are several scrolls inside the box. And I think this one is missing a couple, and I kind of need to go through and see like which ones are they, and if I can recreate a way to replace them, or, you know, like try to find replacements. And it also came with like little plastic tweezers, but I lost those. So basically what you do is, like I said, you open the box and you ask the question as you open the box, right? And then close your eyes and take this and pick out a scroll or two. And so I got these two scrolls, right? This one says, the answer to the question you have been asking yourself lies within your own heart. Follow it and all will be well. And then it gives a Romany symbol along with a number 7. Can you see that? Okay, so then you look up the number 7 in the little booklet, and it gives you even more information. In the little booklet it says, the next stage in your life may be rather trying. A family matter may come to a head, but this will clear the air and bring the problem to a conclusion, making life a little more bearable. This is a good time to sort out your personal life. This one is, money will come your way within 7 days, 7 weeks, and 7 good years lie ahead. Yay! Okay, and that's number 6. Isn't that weird? I got 6 and 7 when I pulled out ones, because I know they're all mixed up by now. I've had this thing for years. I don't remember who gave it to me. I think it was my mom, but I'm not sure. Okay. 6. You will shortly advance in your career and receive many offers. Oh, is this video going to go viral or something? That would be great. Okay, which may result in indecision. Oh, do not worry. Good luck will be on your side. You will not make a bad decision and success will be yours. Wow, that's great. But, I wasn't even really asking a question. So, but anyway, I did want to show you that. I think it's really cool. So what do you guys think of tarot cards, oracle cards, and this little Romany Horoscopes thing? Do you like it? I can make more videos about tarot cards if you would like. Just let me know. But this is already a long video, so I'm just going to let you guys go for right now. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to me yet, go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can follow me along on my mysterious adventures in life. And I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.